everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Bears going up against the Cowboys.
Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He finds an opening past the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff as they run left side. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets it. 31 yards there and a first down.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back is patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. With this drive, oh, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
So they're operating in the red zone. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Here we go.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Here we go now.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. As they run the counter play. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was. The down and
sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Space to maneuver at the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
1 quarter gone in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. 7-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he's got room. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Looking right, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Second and goal from the 7. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. They find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken on the 25. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming out.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now the try here for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hale. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Fresh set of downs here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go. Blue line.
And he's got his man on the out route. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup, as we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Cowboys are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Bears just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 2nd and 2 coming up. Ahead of O's going to look for space, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. Cowboys up now by 7. Cowboys have it at the 7. The catch will be made in double coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Lead now at 14. 3rd down, inches to go. Defense will get to the quarterback here. This goes for a loss of 9. Now to late in the first half. Quick pass is complete. And after the short pass, he'll score. Cowboys lead ballooning to 21.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So Here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Gets there this time for the sack. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hale. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff looking right. They find some open field here. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense lining up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's to the 10, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. They have the lead in the 4th. Lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hale. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A handoff as they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Second down following the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's got some space here. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.